I am Carla from Weird Giraffe Games, and this is Nick.
Hi.
And this is This Week in Weird Giraffe Games. This is week 35, and this is the third video, I believe.
Yes,
So,
it's exciting.
Okay, what did we do this week? It was a lot of Dreams of Tomorrow, which is coming out on Kickstarter on October 15th. We actually decided this week that we shouldn't launch on October 1st. So, that happens sometimes.
Sometimes you have to push back for reasons, any reasons. Well, we want to give some more time for the reviewers to take a look at the game because what else did we do?
So it was kind of that. What happened was we thought all the art would be done a while ago, and it wasn't. And like just different things didn't all mesh together. And so we like to give reviewers at least a month with the game so that they can play it a number of times and get a good feel for it so they're ready for the Kickstarter. And we didn't have games shipped out like the end of August, so we're pushing it back by 2 weeks, and hopefully the reviewers will get more than a month to have the game, play it, etc. So what we did do this week was we did a lot of preparing to send things to reviewers, a lot of laminating. So one thing, last week we discovered that we could print at Walmart photos, the player boards, because they were like super cheap. But as I was playing with them this week, it's like, I don't know if you've ever like really touched a photo repeatedly, but they're kind of sticky.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to play with a player board made on a photo. So I laminated all of them, and then it became a really good player board.
Yeah.
And it's like super, like you can spill something on that, and that's fine.
It's super nice. It's also gives it a little bit more thickness, and this feels like a legit player board now. So, hack for any game designers wanting to send out prototypes.
Yeah, and if you are like, oh, but how do I laminate stuff?
Yeah, how do you laminate stuff?
Well, you buy a laminator on Amazon for $20, and I think the lamination papers are like $10. So for $30, you can laminate everything to your heart's content, and super fast and easy.
Yeah, and that laminator is like super heavy duty. I can't believe that it was so cheap.
I don't know, it's the regular laminator for me, and Nick came home and he's like, whoa, what is that epic machine? And I was like,
what is this machine
it's
sitting
a
on our table?
What did you expect a laminator to look like?
It was really cool. Much cooler than a laminator.
I mean, the laminators you have at work are probably a lot more heavy duty than this $20 one.
I don't have one.
Anyway, we used it a lot because we also made reference cards. We did order reference cards with the regular cards, but then I was playtesting and blind playtesting, and I decided to change the names of different things in Dreams of Tomorrow. Like, instead of calling the different dream cards that you can catch into your dream catcher, Nick is being all weird, and it's like there's a cat up there, but like it's like distracting. It's like, Nick, we live with cats.
I just love cats.
Do you not understand this?
It's
Stop
so exciting.
being weird. It's like I told him not to be like all weird and jerky during this because I don't like it. And then he's like, "What? A cat in this house?" But anyway, back to it. Sometimes in blind playtesting, you figure out that the word subconscious is really close to collective conscious, and I don't want anyone to be confused about what things are, so I was like, well, I'll find a word that doesn't have conscious in it. So now, where you get the dreams, you get them from the dreamscape. And a couple other things change. So we just printed these out, laminated them. They're the reference cards now. But more importantly, I talked about those cards that we ordered that I had to remake.
Oh my goodness.
Nick
What's
is being
going
weird,
on?
and I really don't appreciate it because like he doesn't normally act like this.
What do we have?
We got cards for print and play, and they
cards.
look pretty amazing. If you follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen these, but I am really amazed at like how just they look pretty awesome. So these Dreams of Tomorrow cards, they represent a dream, and you put a series of them together in a dream sequence. They're tarot cards. Why?
Why?
Yeah. The reason for it was that the art is really cool, and you want to really see the art, so tarot-sized cards show off the art better than poker-sized cards. Yeah, I mean, it could have been poker-sized cards, but you know, you want to really feel the experience of this game, like the art. Like, the art is great. I mean, I'm the art director, so I'm kind of biased with that, but I think it looks really fantastic.
Yeah, so it's really nice. We got to play for the first time,
Well,
or I
actually,
did for
Nick
the first
got
time
to play for the first time
with
today.
with these art cards, and it's really cool that the art plays mechanically in the game. And it allows you to see, hey, I want to get this card because it's mechanically the same, and it gives me lots of points. It makes the game a lot easier to play because when you're looking at the next dream that you want to catch, you can tell just straight from the art rather than having to look at any sides or symbols.
Well, no, we have
but there's
symbols,
also symbols,
and it's really easy to use.
Yeah.
So it's not. Nick is going to.
I'm just like really proud and surprised at how awesome the graphics design for these cards make the game a lot easier to play. Just mechanically, it just meshes together. It was just so surprising and so awesome.
Nick has been
I
pretty
think,
out of it
Carla,
during the
you guys
whole
are
art
doing
direction
ridiculously
phase.
cool stuff.
Like I told him what I was doing with the art direction, and then he sees it and he's like, "Whoa, you could actually do things," and I'm like.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I cannot wait
can
for folks the reviewers to get these because I think once they get them on the table, and I just love, like you said, the tarot cards and how the table presence looks, being able to see that art all lined up, and I just think it's amazing.
So, where did we get these cards from?
Where?
Print and play. Stop that, please.
Add magic. Print and play.
Gosh. So print and play. Why print and play? Well, we've tried Game Crafter, and one thing that I do not appreciate about Game Crafter is if you buy 11 things, they'll be like, hey, you're a second-class citizen, you have to wait longer because you're ordering lots of stuff. So then it takes like a lot longer to get your things, and I'm like, but I'm spending lots of money, and I don't know. I just don't like that.
Yeah. So if you get into this bulk processing queue that adds... When we did it 2 weeks to our schedule, and I'm like, not fun.
No.
So how fast did they do these?
So they say 48 hours, but that 48 hours isn't exactly true. There's an asterisk, and I asked them to add on their website what the asterisk means because normally, like when you have an asterisk somewhere, it's defined why there's an asterisk. But we ended up getting these shipped out 4 business days after. So if you order, I guess, a normal amount of things, they're usually shipped out in 2 days, but I guess we ordered 20 sets of tarot cards, we ordered 50 or 60 tarot cards, 20 sets of them. 26, anyway, that's a lot, so it took longer. So just so you know, sheets. But still faster than the Game Crafter, faster than drive-through cards. So if you need it fast, you can get it through Print and play.
And they also do... Print and play does it by sheets. So on Game Crafter, you can buy 1Z, 2Z cards, but on Print and play, you have to put in sheets. And if you don't order as many as are on the sheet, you just lose those cards, which is interesting. So,
we did a lot with Dreams. Going forward, I actually got to play a couple times with these. And the solo variant. So the solo variant got a lot further done in this past week. There's currently 3 robot players. I like to call them robots because sometimes some text or like fonts make AI look like AL or something and people get confused. So they're robots. Nobody can misunderstand what the word robot is. So there's 3 robots. There's the easy, medium, and hard. You can do this just in the solo game, or you can add it to a 2 or 3 player game. We don't really suggest more than that because why do you need a robot player to go against? If you're in a 4-player game, there's already a lot of players. Yeah. I mean, maybe I'll end up trying that and doing a mode for it if people want it, but at this point, I say, well, it's good for the 2-player game. It's okay for the 3-player game. It gives you an extra competitor, especially if you go for the hard one. So, Nick, what do you think about the hard AI?
Yeah, so the hard AI is really fun to play against because there's a lot of different actions that the thing takes. And I think what's crazy about the AI is it really does change up the game, and it makes it difficult. So we were playing a 3-player game with the hard AI, so ultimately a 4-player game, and every time, so in this case, the AI is at a point where it activates actions, and you draw a card, and whatever's on the card, it does something to the shared rondel, and it's really neat to see that go and be messed up by the AI. It definitely affected my ability to win the game today. So,
and the hard AI is hard.
And the hard AI, did it win? It didn't win.
No, it didn't. I won. Okay, I won. Like,
but
I
it beat
went out.
me. It beat
Yeah,
me, and it beat Jeremy, who we were playing
because
with.
I was like, well, I'm gonna beat the AI. I don't care what anyone else does. So, yeah, I set out to beat it because it has beaten me a number of times, and you know, if it has beaten me a number of times and I've played this game more than anyone else, then yeah, it's super hard. You have to know exactly what you're doing, and you also have to mess with it because there's different ways to make it not get as many points. So
yeah, I thought that was
think
really
about
neat.
that.
You were using your abilities on your dreams to affect what the AI would do, and so essentially you can say, move around the shared consciousness and affect what the AI would generate resources for the community, which if you wanted a certain resource, I thought that was cool. The ability to manipulate where the AI was going to go to. That was really cool.
So you have to know what the AI is going to do and how it moves and stuff, but then you can make it give you resources.
Yeah, it's definitely, cool. I think, a more advanced version of the game. So I like that it gives a lot of replayability for the solo mode with the 3 different AIs. You almost have to play and master all 3 of the AIs.
Well, and then you can also add in the nightmare to the solo mode.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you have to figure out how to beat the first easy one and on pleasant night mode, and then you have to have the troubled night with the nightmare. So, yeah. I really want to make solo games that, like, you want to keep playing over and over again.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it takes a while to figure out how the AI works and how to beat it and how to beat each of the AIs and beat them on every game mode.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's really cool.
So that is Dreams of Tomorrow.
October 15th.
Yes.
On Kickstarter.
So, we did blind playtesting. I might have mentioned that. I don't know. Lots of rules editing. It's at that point where it's like every day I'm just editing the rules. Yeah.
Yep.
And then every day Nick is asking me, Carla, is this in the rules? And I'm like, yeah, it's in the rules.
It's already in the rules.
I wrote it there.
All right, so what about Fire in the Library?
So Fire in the Library! We have been cutting the jumbo tokens, and we are nearly done, and that is so exciting because I have been going to the laser cutter. Like, I get up, like, really early in the morning, and I go laser cut stuff, and it's a lot. But we're almost done, so that's exciting. But more exciting than the laser cutting is the fact that any day now we are going to get the first article from the manufacturer.
On Tuesday, I think.
Well, hopefully.
We got a notification that DHL will be dropping off the first production article of Fire in the Library here for our approval. And then hopefully we can approve it that night, give the approval to start moving on Wednesday with the final production. If there's nothing bad.
Yeah, we have to do all the checks.
Assuming everything goes good.
Assuming it does. I'm just really excited because this is going to be the first time we see the bag made with the fabric we picked out and just all the components, and hopefully it all just works. It'll be exciting. And the magnet box. I'm excited about seeing like how that came out. But yeah, so next week will be super exciting. We'll have that to talk about and to show, and also the Maple Source tokens. We were supposed to get them on Saturday, but sometimes you're not home and you can't sign for things.
They are in town at FedEx.
Yeah, so we'll get them on Wednesday,
Super
apparently,
exciting.
because shipping doesn't happen on Tuesday.
It's Labor Day.
For FedEx.
Oh, yeah, Tuesday.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever, Wednesday, we'll have things.
They are here, and we get to show them probably next weekend on this show. The debut of the Maple Source tokens for Fire in the Library.
Anyway.
Super excited.
Nick is like super
I'm super excited
dramatic,
about it.
and it's like they're tokens, Nick.
They're tokens.
Get over yourself.
But they look super cool. I can't wait to see them because they look super cool.
So, yes. That is what we've done so far this week.
Any other news? Anything else?
Things that we're looking forward to are hopefully we'll have the box for Dreams of Tomorrow by next week and reviewer copies out, which will be so exciting because then I can go into a new phase of my life that's not like just trying to graphic design real fast
Constant
and get
dreams
prototypes ready
all the
because
time.
like for some reason we decided every time to make like 20 copies and 20 sets of everything is a lot. But reviewers are great, so, you know, it's what we do.
Yep.
So, yes, if you have any questions, comments, feel free to reach out. We're on Twitter at Weird Giraffes. WeirdGiraffeGames.com is our website. And we have an email, contact@WeirdGiraffeGames.com. So, thank you for watching.
Bye-bye. Bye.
You need to end it. You need to end it.